Welcome to Scunthorpe. This video is going to have a walk around the town. This is a proud industrial town. It has many people here that over generations have gone to the local steelworks, but we're going through difficulty. The towns and villages up and down the country in the UK are going through difficulty. This video and this documentary series is just going to highlight where we are currently in the journey. So we're going to go for a walk around, we're going to talk to the locals, we're going to talk about and share and showcase the difficulties that are being faced up and down the country, and this is just one small town with proud people, generations of history, but we are going through really hard times. The goal of doing this is ultimately to work towards a greater future, of optimism, of hope for our children and future generations to come, that although that the town has had difficulty and it's had challenges and the town centre is going through really challenges, there is a way forward, and that's what we hope that is ultimately the outcome of this. So let's go. Truth be told, I don't very often walk around Frodingham Road. I've very rarely actually walk up and down here. I think it's like a perception. I don't know. It's like it's just got that historical perception. I don't know. Yeah, it does. Just lots of rubbish. You know, I think there's a lot of fundamental issues from challenges obviously growing up. That includes parenting, I think education, I think the environment. You know, if you are living in an environment like this one, it's hard to see anything other than it. Do you see what I mean? Also, what ends up happening is, you know, you look around and you see there's lots of litter everywhere. I mean, I'm actually so shocked. I mean, you see this sign here, look. There's a sign here, fly tippet, no rubbish excuses. Your rubbish is your responsibility. And the issue that you've got is that is clearly not working. That's not working right. Because you've got a sign saying no rubbish, but then you've got rubbish everywhere. You see, when you see abandoned buildings like this, it's just going to attract more and more of the same. You know, you think of the rodents, you think of, it's clearly not healthy. And it'd be interesting to know, does the council have any type of schedule to help in these areas? Everywhere you look, it's pretty much, whether it's empty alcohol bottles, rubbish. And if you look, I mean, think about it, you've got one of the main streets here, and then literally just 10 yards away, you've got outside somebody's house or business. And you think to yourself, why do people turn to alcohol? They're trying to escape, aren't they? Unfortunately, that is what happens. People get to a point where they want to end their suffering, and one of the ways that they turn to, unfortunately, is alcohol and drugs. And when you think about it, turning to alcohol, drugs, crime is the saddest part of where a person can go to, because it's all to do with suffering, it's all to do with challenges, and all they want to do is, you know, I don't know much about in terms of the addictions and things of this nature, but you know, if you're addicted to something, that is number one, you've got into a position where you want to escape, you want to do something to escape the reality that you live in, and then once it grips you, it's very difficult to get back. You know, walking past that gentleman, he looks like he's got a bed in his hand. Yeah. You've got an NHS building here with litter everywhere outside. And that must come down to the NHS doesn't have the right funding to be able to clean its environment. And that's an issue, because you'd think, you know, from a public NHS, you would think that they would want to have the funds available to clean up. But like, if you look, sorry. If you look here, there are just so many businesses that are just shut down, boarded up. You know, as we walk down here, it appears to go like shops open, shop shut, shop shut, and once upon a time you'd have every shop was open, it was thriving. Looks like a new restaurant's going here. That's nice. When you think of a town centre, the issue that you've got inside a town centre like this, because it's dying, you've either got a bank, you've got a pound shop, a savers shop, or a casino. Casino's still open, a bargain shop. Costa, and it's just there's not much life anymore. I mean, what time are we on? 12 o'clock, 12 noon. It's just not the same anymore, unfortunately. There's a whole lot of, I don't know, there's like vape shops, right? Vape shops, bargain world.
Basically the same shops, just different names.
Yes, certainly appears that way. Whether you call it a bargain world or you call it a pound stretcher, but that runs a lot deeper as well, though, because the reason why that runs deeper is because people are becoming the poorer. They don't have the resources to once upon a time you actually had the ability to go treat yourself to something. Now, the reason why all these like pound shops and pound lands and pound stretcher, all these have become a necessity of where people are at, and that's sad. Oh yeah, the floor, it just needs everything kind of just jetting down, cleaning up, and being proud. I mean, again, we talk about pound shops and bargain shops, but one of the other things that comes with that is like pawnbroker shops, or exchange shops like this, because people look to they want to generate income, they want to sell things, right? They want to have like, I mean, over here, looks like you've got David Jason and you've got Smiths that both shut down, but then you've got a cash generator, open, thriving. Cut price foods. Everything is, this is what I was trying to say right at the beginning. You want it to be, you want to get to optimism, but your environment has a big part to play in that optimism. When you look around and you've got all these shops, like these shops should be open, full, thriving. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You've literally got 7 shops, all completely, 8 with the card crazy. I remember when all this was built, I can't remember, it was like maybe 15 years ago everywhere was built here, maybe 20 years ago now. The shops all moved in and now they're not. It's really sad. Really sad. Very sad.
So thank you very much.
One Beyond, same thing. It's either a bargain shop or you've got a Costa Coffee or a Starbucks. You know, it appears that that is the level that we've got here. And you got a bus station that, if you look at it all, it's just had zero funding. No funding to clean floors, clean the glass roofs. You know, very sad. Very sad.
Overrated.
It's just all shutting down, empty spaces. I thought when they first built all this, I thought everything was going to go indoors. The whole town centre, but looking at some of these empty shops now, even inside indoors, where you can be sheltered from the weather, they're not surviving in here either, are they? And when people do move in, they can't keep up with the demands of the stresses that are involved in just paying for the rates and the rents. I mean, you've got another closing down sale here, look. Closing down sale. And that's, when you think about this has actually got this is societal infrastructure. When you think of an ecosystem, let's call it like the Amazon rainforest, or let's go to Antarctica. You've got ecosystems, and the plants, animals, they thrive within those ecosystems. The issue that we have with this ecosystem is people are struggling to thrive. Businesses struggling to stay open. Entrepreneurs, business owners don't want to take a risk because the rates are too expensive, the demands are too high. So if they've got no actual ability to get started and there's no real enthusiasm there's no reward at the end of it apart from just stress and then shutting down, nobody's even wanting to give it a try because the optimism is now gone, right? The belief is gone. And that's the issue. So when you look around now, you have big chains. You've got Greggs, you've got Holland and Barrett, you've got Subway, you've got, O2, you've got Specsavers. These are all big companies that have the ability to withstand, where you've got maybe a solo entrepreneur that wants to just start a clothing brand, they want to start a little shop, and they just don't have the capital resources to make it work. essentially you, and this is the reason why you end up with empty shops.
See you later.
It's very sad. It's because when you think of I go back to that ecosystem, if it's not there to allow people to have the ability to grow and break through, then it just kills everything. Everything just dies out. You can't actually survive. And you know when it's getting really bad, as in really bad, when even the bigger companies or banks, they're even closed. So I know for a fact that this corner building, that was a bank, and they shut that, and they've got money. So it's now even impacting the bigger companies as well, or the banks are just going, there's no point in putting any more resources in that, let's let it just kind of die away. They want to put everything online. It's devastating, really. I mean, today is a cold day, and if you are homeless, and to be fair, we haven't actually seen many homeless here today, to be honest. But it's cold, right? It's cold. You're not going to just be out in the open when it's so cold. And in actual fact, it's actually warmer than it was a couple of weeks ago. It was truly freezing a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? How can you, the thought of an individual having to stay out all night, find a place to keep warm.
It's not just that though, they get moved on, don't they?
They get moved on, yeah. Somebody comes along and just says, pack up, you get moved on. It's devastating, really. But that's also because there's charities. We've supported a charity called the Forge Project, and that does for homeless people, for food and some shelter, some break from the weather. But they don't have the support, they don't have the funding, they don't have the ability to actually make a difference on a big scale. Like, they're doing amazing work and it helps those individuals that are there, but it's a bigger problem. Do you see what I mean? It really is. It really is.
This place has been shut for like at least 10 years, right?
It's been shut for a very long time. Remember when this first came, it was they put money into it, thriving place, really good quality food, drink, and it just suffered like everything else. So that was just a walk around Scunthorpe, just showing the current state of everything that's been experienced. Everything from the litter in the back alleys to there's no energy, it would appear, inside the high street itself. When you think of the shops shutting down, when you think of there's nothing really for people to come into, unless it's a bargain shop, unless it's a big brand, a big chain, and we want to do our little bit to help, and that's what we will continue to do. So this is actually our office here, our Systemized Group office, and our mission, just to be as optimistic as we possibly can to make a difference in our town. And you know, across these series of different news and this documentary that we do, you know, there is a lot to be positive about as well. There's areas and there's stories of real positivity and optimism as well. It's just a whole lot of, unfortunately, infrastructure and support that the town needs. The government, I sent a video to the local Labour MP last night. He's not responded at this moment in time, and we'll see. We'll continue to do what we possibly can for the people of Scunthorpe.